Hello and welcome to Nice and Blunt. I'm Adam Riancho, and today is Sunday, April 12th, 3:20 p.m. Time for another live stream. The War Room is probably going to fill pretty soon. So we're going to hop in with our final entry in that tournament today, and we are ready to go. Vámonos, muchachos. It's time. Only think I'm doing one draft today, so odds are you'll catch this on the replay, more likely than not. But we do have Jamie in here. Happy Sunday, my friend. How you doing? Do I have? Yeah, there we go. We got the live chat set up. We got Scott in as well as always. Thank you for joining me, and we can set this thing up. I don't know how long we'll be waiting, but there are less than 100 entries left. This thing is 4409 currently and 4500 to fill. I only have one left, so it's a $25 entry. We need to finish top 2 in this pod. Then we enter a pod of winners where we have to finish top 2 in a group of 10, and then we will enter another 10-person pod, have to finish top 2 once again. But if we do, if we enter a 30-person final, that's a really, really nice final. Like, that's easy to make some serious money when you're only going up against 29 other people in the final week. If we do that, we get a minimum of 100, so who cares? But if we really accomplish something in this, finish top 10, we get at least 1250. Top 5, 7125. Third place gets 9K. Second gets 10. And then first place is where it's at, 20K. That is what we're shooting for. We want the best team possible. So we got to finish top 2. That's really paramount. And then we need a high upside team the rest of the way. But let us begin. If you want to compete against me, hop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am getting in. And there's 8 spots left, so we have some time. We definitely are not going to rush things. I am also watching the Masters at the moment. That's probably what most people are doing at this point in time. And it looks like Rory's probably going to go away with it. Probably going to win back-to-back, barring like a big collapse, because Scheffler was the only one really giving him some problems, and Scheffler just put in the card at -11. So 2 shots back. We'll see what happens. Rory has collapsed in the past, but after winning last year, I wouldn't really bet on it. He's got 2 shots just to tie. I think he'll be all right, but there are 7 spots remaining. I'll put on the music. I'm going to grab some thing to drink, and I will be back, and I assure you there will still be at least 4 spots available in this tournament. This thing might take 5 minutes or so. That's my guess. So I'll be back in like 30, 40 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, how we doing? Looks like since I've been gone, only one person has joined, so we still have 5 spots remaining. But appreciate you, Jamie. I don't know about that. I mean, we want to manifest the best of luck possible, but I'm still learning how to get better at this game. There's still, I think, redraft approaches that I have a hard time getting over in some of my strategy. believe I could be better, but I've also made some finals. Last year I had 2 finals teams with only drafting like 250 of them. So hopefully this year with more volume, we'll have better outcomes. So appreciate you, Jamie. Every day trying to be better. But I think we've also had some really, really good teams so far this season on Underdog. But what's up, Mark Twain? How you doing, playa? We got 007 in the chat, in the sights, right down the barrel of the gun. Mark Twain himself. Love the avatar, my friend. But like we said, 4 spots remaining. What to do in the meantime, other than talk about the Masters? Perhaps we could pull up some stats. Maybe, just maybe. But I don't know. That also doesn't sound like the most exciting thing to do. I'll be honest. This time of year, a little bit boring. Just a little bit. But maybe I've got an idea. Since I was hoping the UDFA would still be open by the time I got home, it was not. Let's review the entries that I do have in that team, in that contest. In the UDFA, the $2 contest that did fill earlier today, I was able to get 13 entries in, and let's go over a few of them. We did see some on the live stream. I think the last one you saw might have been this Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers team. I think so. Yeah, these were the 4 that were drafted on the live. So the one I did right after that off the live, let's take a peek at this one. I was in the 5 slot, and I think I pushed running back heavy in this one. Yeah, we started off 4 straight wideouts. JSN Neighbors, Olave, Luther Burden, Byshel Tootin, RJ Harvey, Jackson Dart for the stack, Dobbins, Bo Nix with the Broncos backfield, Casey Concepcion, Xavier Worthy at 125. That shocked me. That was a really, really nice price. The Mahomes team was at 11 and they passed, and then Worthy circled all the way back. That's the lowest I think I've ever seen. Xavier Worthy, but Tyler Shuck at 140. Couldn't pass that up. I had Olave, so had to do it. And then Isaiah Likely, Keaton Mitchell. Had to get back in at running back. We go 3 straight with Bigsby, and then the 188 click on Tajay. I think kind of saves this team a little bit, but might be worthless. And then Freiermuth, Bernard, Tonjes, and Trevor Etienne. I'm actually starting to talk myself into Trevor Etienne in round 20 as not the worst click imaginable. Like, at the moment, Jonathan Brooks is moving up the board pretty quickly. Like, very clearly, round 12. Soon he might be even round 11. After Chris Rodriguez, Aaron Jones speaks to me, but not many names that I'm, like, truly compelled with. And I think Brooks has some really good outs if it can all come together. But we know he has terrible injury luck, might really struggle. And if he can't stay on the field, and the only competition for Trevor Etienne right now is Chuba Hubbard. And no one really believes in Chuba Hubbard that much. It's just at the moment, he's getting enough volume to merit a 6-7 turn type of pick. But in this lobby, he went pick 64. Think that's a little too early. That team got rather desperate. I would rather have RJ Harvey over Chuba Hubbard myself. But that's just one team. Who the fuck knows? We're still waiting on one for this war room. So this definitely will be underway very shortly. We got the music rolling, and we are still waiting. But this one, I like this team. We got Dart and Neighbors, Olave and Shuck, and then Bo Nix as well. So like high spike week at quarterback, tight end with Likely, Freiermuth, and Tonjes. I think I'm chilling. Last team I drafted in this tournament was this one, and I won't bore you with too many teams. We'll only look at this one just for the hell of it. But pick 10, we went Jefferson, Henry, Higgins, Bucky. I think Bucky's fine, but I'm starting to worry it's a really bad click. But Brian Thomas, I can't quit him. Burrow, Herbert, Rico. Rico in the 8th, always my guy. Reed, Price, McMillan, likely Henry, Jawan, Brian Robinson, Tank Bigsby, Bernard, Fryermuth, Keandre Lambert-Smith, and then again I went Trevor Etienne. I went Trevor Etienne once again. We pulled a 102 in this war room. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. We get a very, very advantageous position because I really don't care which running back of the 2 I get. And we get the first pick. We can play the turn just a little bit, but we get a really advantageous first pick. So this is going to be a fun team. Fun team in the war room. Let's get after it. But Bijan does go. So really my true 101 is actually Jahmyr Gibbs. I will happily take Gibbs. On we go. But thank you, B. Croc, for letting us know you're in here, Barry, at the 108 Barry 1970 in this war room. And there's not many badges in this war room. Interesting. The badge is not indicative of much, in all honesty. If anything, it's just an addict type of badge. But I consider it as close to a 12-month chip as you could get. But hell, it's worth taking a shot. We get pick 2, so got to take your chances every now and then. But war room is on. Time to lock in. We do see JSN over Puka in this one. That's notable. And as this draft is underway, it does look like, barring a fucking collapse, Rory McIlroy is probably going back-to-back. He is on his 3rd shot on the 17th hole. He's off the green, so I guess anything's possible. But even if he drops a bogey here, I would assume he probably wins. He needs bogey, or a double. Hard to see that happening. But if you're excited about Rory winning back-to-back, can't say I'm in the same boat. Rory's fine. I don't want to root against anyone, but I don't feel excited and like it's compelling to watch him kind of cruise to victory. I was rooting for Cam Young, in all honesty. Holy shit, Rory almost just sunk that. He is earning my respect though with this win. There's some really, really good shots he's made, and given I'm not like actively rooting for him, like undeniably, like, yeah, man, you're very deserving to be in the lead right now, playing better than everyone else for sure. So all respect to Rory. Looks like he's going to go back to back. More likely than not. But Mark Twain asking, do you think Pittman is the better value compared to where DK is going, or Jacoby Myers compared to where Washington is going? I think of the two, value-wise, Pittman is going the latest of them all. And yeah, I think he's a little bit more exciting than DK for the price. Jacoby, I think, is more appropriately a floor play that we might be underestimating how much he factors in to Jacksonville. But for the upside swing, I do think Parker Washington is a little bit more desirable in Jacksonville over Jacoby, whereas Pittman versus DK, I kind of feel like they could go back to back or like within like 5 spots of each other. Like DK goes in the mid 7th now. Pittman I've seen consistently in the mid 9th. I'd much rather take Pittman in the 9th than Metcalf in the 7th. I think wide receiver typically in the 7-6 turn, and even the guys that trickle down into the late 7th, most of them are traps. Most of them are no better than who you can get in the 8th and 9th most of the time. Very, very flat tier. But running back is flying off the board in this one. I mean, if he's there, I'd be ecstatic. But is this team going to go double whiteout? Letting the clock tick, thinking about it. But don't think I'm getting Neighbors. Oh, shit. We're starting Gibbs Neighbors? Fuck yeah. Oh, boy. Holy shit. Damn. This is a fun one. Well, I'll take Pickens. Stay in the division. What if we get a Giants Cowboys game, week 17? Those things are always lit. We also got Cowboys versus Lions would be fucking lit. That's always pretty lit. And then last year we had a Jameis Winston extravaganza against Detroit. So if somehow we luck into a matchup week 17 and we make the final with some of this combination, then damn, that'd be fun. Yeah, I agree. What a start. Love the Gibbs Neighbors combo in $25 contest. Love it. Is Happy Gilmore in this tournament? I mean, maybe not Adam Sandler, but Adam Riancho starting off hot. K-Lux maxed out the $2 and got 0 first overall and only 2 second. Damn. That's wild, bro. That's some bad luck there. You entered 150, only had 2 picks in the top 2, and neither of them was at first. That's fucking crazy bad luck. Holy shit. But appreciate you, Anthony, being like number 10. Oh yeah, it was only 50 max. Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. I think as soon as the War Room drops, there's definitely, like, maybe they give us the evening, but I don't think you'll have to wait till tomorrow. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah, definitely 50 max. My bad. I was thinking of the big board. Damn, Kayla, are you using the solver to find this? That's the only way I know of understanding your pick distribution. That's got to be in your repertoire. Oh shit, maybe I spoke too soon. Rory's deep into the woods on 18. But he's got a double. Really doubt it. Anyways, back to the main event. Fun start. Travion would have been beautiful there, but it's a fun start. ADP says Mike Evans. I mean, I'm going to get ahead of this team at the bookend, who I think could easily snipe me. And I'm never upset with my Lamar Jackson builds. I don't really believe that the ADP had it correct there in the first place, so I'm fine passing. And I'm very tempted to grab another running back here, but we're going to lean into the strength, and I'm going to go DJ Moore. Bills wide receiver 1. I think he's like a no-brainer pick in the 5th. Really strong. Sure, that Allen team is pissed, but I want as close to a juggernaut as I can. Give me the Bills wide receiver 1. Definitely a lot less injury concern than Mike Evans. For that reason alone, I think he's a better click than Mike Evans. I think Evans has risen far enough, but I don't think DJ Moore has. I don't understand why DJ Moore isn't closer to like Devontae Smith, Zay Flowers area. I think DJ Moore should go to the Allen drafter in the 4th. Like, I think risking DJ Moore to circle back in the 5th is not smart, especially in new tournaments. Like, the price in the 90s is never coming back. So, the mantra with every pick is always who is not going to make it back to you, and who among those names is your favorite and the best player for your team. I believe the team at 4 with Josh Allen should have gone DJ Moore over Bucky Irving. Completely disregard the fall in value or the lack in value. Love DJ Moore. I'm starting to think he might be like top of the 4th type of value. Anyways, I almost got Montgomery instead of DJ Moore. I genuinely thought about it. Didn't really want to pull the trigger on Beischel Tootin. Judkins, nah. Scattaboo, nah. Swift is all right. But at the top of the 5th, I think the receivers are very hard to replicate in the remainder of the draft. Whereas some of the running back clicks might just be terrible. Some of these running backs might be really, really bad values. So I'm willing to push. We got our elite QB, and then we got our 3rd receiver. And I feel rather strong with this start. Trusting that Gibbs is going to be in my lineup every week, not forcing the RB2, knowing that I can get some better values later on, I think. Still piece it together with several other names. All right. Wow. Burrow circles back. That's notable. I'm going to go Jordan Tyson, who I think is really, really talented. And I think I can afford the risk, because if he's really like worth it, then this click is going to be huge for the sake of my team. So Chuba goes. We're getting back in at running back. That's the luxury of Lamar. Damn, Burrow here would be fire, though. Fuck. Am I really giving Burrow to the Chase team? I have to. God damn it, he played me well. Damn. Kudos to Team 3. Pushing Burrow and getting him. But structurally, I just didn't really want to do it. They went Ramondre. They fucked up anyways. Ramondre's bogus, if you ask me. What's up, Pepper Tony? How we doing? Only got in 5 UDFAs because this community has issues. Still have 5 little boards left. I mean, I think the frustration with the little board led to how quickly the UDFA did fill. I think the 20 max on the little board was clearly Underdog's mistake. And then the price on the UDFA led to just massive mass drafting. I guess that's the term. Mass drafting, so to speak. When you just enter a bunch of lobbies at once and let your ranks do the work. I never went on autopilot. I drafted all 13 of my UDFAs myself. 2 of them were at once on the live stream. That was fucking hectic. But yeah, I was hoping at this time today it would still be open, but that was very unwise. Especially once it gets closer to fill, people get a little bit more antsy and then start clicking the button to join even more often. But this war room, taking our time with it. Everyone's using most of the clock, not advancing too quickly. But let me know what y'all think. Should I have taken Joe Burrow at 74? Because a reminder, I only had Gibbs at running back up to that point. I felt like I needed our RB2. And 95, in a room like this, I'm not going to expect Rico Dowdle to circle back. So Rico Dowdle, I think, was forced into my lineup. But straight up, I'd rather have Rico than Ramondre in the first place. So not upset with how that went. That's basically like that team took Burrow at 70 and Ramondre at 75. But forcing the QB2, the team with Allen did it, but not convinced it's the correct move. Would have loved if Jackson Dart had circled back. That would have been really fun, but not the most necessary. The team with Dart also got Prescott, and that is not the team with Lamb. The team with Lamb took Dobbins, but they do have the Caleb, Loveland, and Rome stack, so they're in pretty good shape. Team 8 is pretty interesting, I'll say that. Etienne and Dobbins, a little risky, but Team 8, not bad at all. I, damn, would have loved that. Not going to get it, though. Going to take my boy Laporta. And then we're going to open up this double stack. But if we left Laporta on the board, probably might have gotten sniped with Goff. And there are some interesting receiver values, but I got Neighbors, Pickens, DJ Moore, and Tyson. That's not the move. Just give me the quarterback stack, and I'll move on with my day. Bada boom, bada bing. We got the Goff, Gibbs, Laporta stack. Lamar unstacked, but who gives a fuck? We have Gibbs and Rico at the running back position. And then our receiver room is fucking awesome right now with Neighbors, Pickens, DJ Moore, and Jordan Tyson. This is a very, very excited team. Running back room at the moment is not that dangerous, but just wait on the depth. We're going to be fine. And like, I think I'm in the clear with Gibbs carrying a major workload. Once you have Gibbs, it is intimidating at the end of the day. So fun team, if you ask me. I'm really excited how this is going to go. We almost got Kraft, though. Getting Tucker Kraft there would have been insane. But he goes at 94. And that team does pair him up with Jaden Reed. I'd be pretty shocked if they got Jordan Love to circle back. But damn, if they do, that's pretty fire. But a lot of teams in this lobby so far that do have quarterback already have 2. Team 1 has Hurts and Mahomes. I have Lamar and Goff. There's the team with May and Brock Purdy. And then there's also the Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels team. And that team does also have Terry. That's interesting. Team 5 is pretty interesting. And then there's also the Dak Prescott, Jackson Dart team. So these next 6 picks, including Stafford, might all be quarterbacks. We have 2 already. And it'll be interesting to see if all 3 of those teams double tap the position. But I like where I'm sitting. I would have really loved if Barry didn't take Kenny Gainwell at 104. Barry taking Kenny G. A little sad and disappointing, but the team goes Kyle Pitts at 108. Hard to pass, but taking Warren at 61, I'm sure they regret. Yeah, Team 12 with a bully tight end. Not too excited about that. But only Team 11 double taps QB. They do take Love. And then, damn, Team 9 not letting anyone have the fun stack. Barry missed out on Baker. I'm sure he wanted Baker after going Godwin, Kenny G. But goes Tyler Shuck. Unstacked is fine. Blake Corum falls to 114. All right, this is fun. Yeah, I called it, brother. So close. Yeah, right, Peppertoni. Avoided the mistake. Yeah, I'm starting to get really in on Lamar. Rashad goes. Damn. I'm gonna try to get really strong at tight end then. I'll go Aronde Gadsden. Fuck it. Get some flex contributions at tight end and have like just truly elite spike week potential. Don't think I'm gonna go Coker here. I'm going Chris Rodriguez. Passing on Jordan Mason, I think more of a floor play. Got to get back in at running back. We need some depth, but we're in excellent shape. How we doing, Jiri? Yo, I think we're making you proud with the 102. Jiri, check this out. We got Gibbs at 102. Neighbors in round 2. We also got Who Hames in here. What's up, Who Hames? Yo, check out this war room we are constructing at the moment. Pickens in the 3rd. Lamar in the 4th, just to avoid getting the snipe. And then DJ Moore, Jordan Tyson, Rico Dowdle. You know he's my boy, but we get the Laporta Goff combo at the 8-9 turn. And then we just take Oronde Gadsden at a little value after George Kittle, I think, is wrong. And then Chris Rodriguez at 122. So we're doing you proud, my man. Always love Gibbs. And so far, I think I can land the plane. So far, we are at altitude in cruise control. Haven't hit turbulence yet. If you ask me, I think we're chilling. But if anyone hasn't already, subscribe to Who Hames. Subscribe to Jiri. Jiri just passed 200. Who Hames just passed 500. And they deserve some love. Very fun times watching their content, having them on the channel as guests over here. And want to shout out Who Hames and Jiri, some homies of the channel. Lamar Tyson potential stack. You know, you're right. That is a potential pairing, especially if Sadiq is indeed going to the Bengals, like me and Off the Schneid project. But if you haven't seen the collabs, I know there's one between Who and Jiri where they got an insane start in the little board. I believe it was Who Hames' last little board. They started off Chase London Neighbors, if I'm not mistaken. But both of them have been on this channel as well, and both of them are awesome. Give them a follow. Check out their YouTube pages. But Looks like Rory is getting it done, getting the celebration walk. And the Masters is over. So I'll turn that off. Let's lock in for the final half of this draft. So far, so good. And I think we're probably stopping with Lamar and Goff. I don't think I'm getting a third quarterback. But no worries, Bukowski. You can always catch the replay. But looks like there's 2 co-streams. There's probably one on Whoham's channel, one on Jerry's channel, if I had to guess. But this is correct, Whoham's. Maybe we'll flash that one final time after this lobby. That team is really, really fire. But they removed Juwan Johnson's picture. Juwan Johnson, a ghost. Omar almost makes it to pick 143 in this. He does not, though. Damn, what sucks is I prefer Goddard over Mark Andrews. I'm going to let the team behind me decide. I'm going to go Jonathan Brooks at 143. Take Jonah Coleman. Be my guest. Goes Goddard. Okay.
Nice and close.
Denzel comes off the board. This feels fair. We got Gibbs, Rico Dowdle, Chris Rodriguez, Jonathan Brooks, and then our tight end room is fucking loaded with a pair of stacks, Laporte and Andrews, also with Oronde Gadsden, who has massive touchdown potential in the Mike McDaniel system, could dominate. And then our receiver room, we've really trusted the top 4 that I've built: Neighbors, Pickens, DJ Moore, and Jordan Tyson. And who knows, maybe we do luck in to a Lamar Jordan Tyson potential stack. Our running back room, we did address. We have Gibbs, Rico Dowdle, Chris Rodriguez, and Jonathan Brooks. Probably needs 7. We have 7 more clicks left. I am done at tight end with Laporta, Gadsden, and Andrews. I'm also done at quarterback with Lamar and Goff. Our last 7 clicks are 100% running back and wide receiver. And I think this might be a 2-7-8-3. I think 4 of these remaining clicks are wideouts, and 3 of them I think are going to be running backs. But yeah, we got some studs in the chat indeed. Very much so. You know what, Crossface? This bowl is packed and it hasn't been hit yet, so I appreciate you reminding us. A start like this deserves some celebration. Appreciate you, Crossface. Appreciate you, man. Let's take a look at Barry's team. He's at the 108. He's on the clock right now. And he went Lamb, London, Travis Achan, Colston Loveland, Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams. Love that Chicago Bear trio. Dobbins at 80. Godwin Gainwell got sniped on Baker Mayfield, but went Tyler Shuck. Goes Aaron Jones, Juwan Johnson. The picture's back, so gets the stack with Shuck. They were college teammates at one point. Dontavian Wicks, 152. Not a bad pull-up, especially if you believe A.J. Brown is getting traded. But Tyjae Spears at 161. That's a little early. I've seen Tyjae in the 180s, my friend. It's a little early. I don't hate it, though. Tesla goes, would have been a fun stacking partner, but honestly wasn't really on my radar. I think I have to go Debo, but Travis Hunter's rather compelling. You know what? Let's go Travis Hunter. 167, good fall in value. Probably not going to survive 2 clicks. I think the receiver room I've built is willing to take a shot on massive upside versus more of a floor with Debo. But I'm also kind of optimistic that Debo is actually a good stacking partner with Lamar. I think Debo in Baltimore is actually really compelling, but passing on an important tier of running back. The thing is, am I going Debo, Bigsby, or Emmett Johnson? Fuck. I feel like I need the running back points a little bit more. I need the true league winner at running back, I think, a little bit more. Our receiver depth is just still really strong up top. The Travis Hunter click, very risky, but I think worth the upside. I think worth it at this price. Last year, he was going in the 4th round. And I still believe that Brian Thomas might get traded. I still think that's a fairly legitimate potential that he does get traded. But Danimal, what's my take on Hunter? If he falls, I'm willing to scoop him up. If he falls, I'll take him. But Travis Hunter passed on Tavian Wicks behind Isaac Tesla. There's a lot of risk baked in at around 14. But I saw Coolers write a tweet on X earlier today that convinced me I should get in on Hunter a little bit more. He's just too talented. The last game he played was really exciting at receiver, in all honesty. And it is lying season. The coaches before the draft claiming that Hunter's like not going to play on offense. I don't fully believe that. But I think if Brian Thomas does not get traded, then it's pretty impossible that he really does contribute. But when he can also spike. He can be like the true chess piece of a game. And like this late in the ADP, like the risk reward ratio, it's totally worth clicking, especially a full round past where he's going. Like his ADP was 158. I got him 9 picks past. I don't think he was falling another 3 spots, so I don't think he was going to fall a full round. Take Travis Hunter round 14. I think I'm willing to take him around 13, but I'd much rather have Shaheed. But yeah, especially here, if he's falling, I'm willing to take the risk. The upside, I think, is worth it, and that's where he's probably deserving to be on more rosters. Last year, he was in the 4th. Like, the draft capital that is there, the talent is there. The only question is how much will he play defense versus offense, and like I just don't see them giving up on him playing on offense. Like you can get paid so much more if you're an elite wide receiver. Why would you want to limit your paycheck and play on defense that much? But if they tabling every single is the connection okay? I feel like I just timed out briefly. Was the connection all right? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, that's why I go the direction I did. But nah, I'm Bernard over Darnell Mooney. Jeremy Bernard at the turn. We already have neighbors. No need to bet on Mooney. Like you could, but I don't think you need to. And then running back. We're going to take Jordan James. Just like truly elite upside handcuffs if they hit. If Rodriguez is the guy you need in the Jags backfield any week, that could be a 20-pointer easy. If Brooks actually takes over Hubbard, then his ceiling is top 15. Bigsby, if he's ever starting in the Eagles backfield, is also top 15 play, if not top 8. And then Jordan James in the Niners backfield, if he ever gets touches, is a lock in your lineup that week. So truly elite upside, but more like potential energy that starts at 0. I'm very, very committed to Gibbs and Rico Dowdle on this roster. And then Rodriguez will mix in a little bit, but our wide receiver room carries us. And then our tight end depth offers a little bit of cushion at the flex spot, in all honesty. Like the tight end production here, I think, is also a big part of why this team can advance. But it's all quarterback related. We got Lamar and Jared Goff. Feels pretty good. All right, let's pull up the board. Get back to the chat. Yeah, ultimately we never know. Even 2 minutes before the game starts, we'll never know. Bukowski says, I don't listen to these coaches unless they're pissed off about something, and that doesn't happen until August. Yeah, I don't put too much stock into what is said in the news this time of year. But Who Hames says, they don't have a first rounder. The lying season thing makes a little less sense with the Jags, but they may be targeting a corner round 2. They need corner even if Hunter plays corner, though. That's fair. I don't think his role on defense will go away, but I don't believe that it will be exclusive to his reps at wideout. I don't think that they can't coexist. And then I still believe that Brian Thomas could potentially be traded, but that's a long shot. Jamie just made a giant dynasty trade, defending champ with only Goff and Baker in a superflex. Trade away Genty for Lamar and Barkley. Damn. In dynasty, that's the only way you get this fucking trade through. But not bad. I mean, depends on your running back depth, but doubt you would have made this trade without the running back depth to get you through. But defending champ, go for a third, man. This season, yeah, I can't definitively say I'd rather have Genty than Barkley this season. In a dynasty, yeah, but to also tack on Lamar, I think you won the trade. I think you're good. You have Jonathan Taylor, yeah, you're good. Good move. Justice Hill goes. I would have been interested in Justice Hill. Not gonna lie. The Lamar Justice Hill stack, I think, is actually pretty exciting. So the team behind me has 5 running backs, 6 receivers. I think I want a 6th given like the true 0 potential of some of my RBs. I will just tack on Ray Davis. Just like every high-powered offense handcuff. Eagles, Niners, Bills on this roster, ready to go. But we only have 6 wide receivers, so this final click, probably both of them are wideouts. I think both of them have to be. But would have loved Surratt to make it back. He does not. Might just go Rashad Bateman. Nah, I'm gonna go Tyquan Thornton. He will contribute. He will have at least like 4 games where I think he can hit the lineup. Might only contribute with like 11, 12 points in those 4 games, but he can hit like 19, 20. He can spike appropriately. Would have loved Elijah Surratt there though. So maybe I didn't need to box out the team at 1 by taking Ray Davis. Maybe should have stayed balanced. The last 2 rounds I had been going wide receiver first, so perhaps that was the wrong call. But not convinced that Surratt versus Thornton is that big of a difference. Like, I think Surratt has more potential for a bigger role, but the spike week upside of Taekwon Thornton, I think, is still relatively on equal footing, if not a little higher than Surratt. Maybe in best ball, Taekwon Thornton is actually a better value. And he goes undrafted a lot. He is a big scroll candidate. So maybe a little more unique. Maybe, just maybe, probably not. But at the very least, I do have Lamar Jackson stacked up with Mark Andrews, and that's probably what counts most. We got the Goff, Laporta, and Gibbs. Gadsden also makes this team really exciting. But Neighbors, Pickens, DJ Moore, Tyson, Travis Hunter, Jeremy Bernard, and Taekwon Thornton. It's loaded up top where I think it's all the risks I'm carrying is worth it, but like I've got 7 receivers left. I 100% need the 8th. I kind of wish I had a 9th. Maybe Ray Davis was wrong. Maybe, just maybe. But I think betting on those top 4 to really hit my lineup most of the time, I think is worth it. But Al Boogie in here. What's up, my man? Coming in right at the end. Not going to be staying for a second one. Unless they draft some new tournament while we were live. But don't think we'll be drafting a second roster. We'll just take a look at this one. And then I will go a little in-depth on some of the other teams. Just to see where I stand. Because I do think that's worth checking in on. Especially if I'm only doing one draft today. But this last pick, not a surprise, is receiver. We have Bateman queued up for the stack. Bryce Lance is not bad. But what, do I need floor or... Perhaps floor is a little bit more compelling. Because Hunter has none. Bernard and Tyson. Tyson has some floor. But Taekwon has none. Bernard is very landing spot dependent. Perhaps a floor play is a little bit more valuable on this one. But there's no true floor play remaining. There's maybe Keenan Allen, but he was already sniped. So perhaps the stack is really the way to go. I am now on the clock. You know what? Yeah, give me the stack that is a little bit less common. Give me the Devontae Walker breakout. When he was entering the draft, some people thought he was a first-round talent. I believe he went in the 3rd. But weird eligibility issues in college. Kind of a weird path. Kind of maybe a derailed rookie season. And then last year behind Hopkins. Not given much opportunity. But I think Bateman might be done. Bateman might be a player to fade. But, yeah. But Huhaim's going to be live in 15 minutes. Definitely follow Huhaim. So I'll set you up just a little bit. I'll spend a little bit time breaking down this draft. But Huhaim's drop the link to your live stream in the chat if you can. If you can do that for me. But yeah, no worries, my man. Definitely, I'm about to finish. So happy that you're going live. I'll definitely check that out. And if anyone's watching, shout out Huhaim's. Oh, it has to be me? Okay. Sure, I can do that. All right. Let's remind you of my roster. Oh, we also got Bindle's live with Goofy Chicken at the moment. And then Huhaim's live in 15 minutes. But
Nice and blunt.
give me like 5 seconds. There it is. All right. Check out Huhaim's channel. Subscribe to Huhaim's. He'll be live right after this. But come on, baby, turn the lights off. Ask, didn't Hunter just respond to the reporter saying who said that? I don't really look into too much of the headlines at this stage of the year. Some of them I care about, but I'm not going to read into it until after the draft. This stage of the game I don't worry about too much. But a reminder how my draft is. We have a very fun roster. We have Lamar and Jared Goff both stacked. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs at the 102. Rico Dowdle, Chris Rodriguez, Jonathan Brooks, Tank Bigsby, Jordan James, and Ray Davis. This quartet of handcuffs: Brooks, Bigsby, James, and Davis. All my favorites. C-Rod, need him to contribute a little bit now and then, but really it's the Jahmyr Gibbs, Rico Dowdle bet. So hopefully Rico can break out sooner than later. Maybe this team would have benefited from like a Tyrone Tracy, where like early in the season, I got someone hitting the lineup a little more consistently. But I'm happy to push it. I'm happy to just trust Gibbs and my boy, Rico Dowdle. The rest will piece it together in due time. But receivers, super fun. We got Neighbors to fall 5 spots, so a Gibbs Neighbors start was fantastic. And then we're really strong at receiver 2 with George Pickens. Receiver 3 is DJ Moore in the 5th. We got Tyson in round 6. Travis Hunter at 167, so a little discount on him. Willing to take the swing, but might be worthless. Jeremy Bernard, one of my favorite rookies. We pull him up by 11 spots. And then Tyquan Thornton, I think, is worthy of a 19th rounder, not forced into round 20. So I take him at 218. And then Devontae Walker, a little more unique stack that I think could break out in year 3 with the Ravens. Some high upside down the field, especially if they don't draft anyone. But they might. It might suck. Maybe Devontae Walker is worthless. But I think fading Rashad Bateman for Tez Walker is sometimes a more valuable way to go. There's going to be fewer Tez Walker stacks than Rashad Bateman stacks. But Laporta stacked up. The strength of this team is also the tight end position. And then Rondé Gadsden for some upside. And then we also have the Mark Andrews stack with Lamar Jackson. So this team is really fun. There's really no holes. The depth at receiver is a little cooked. Not going to lie, not the most inspiring, but I'm excited enough. And I also believe that the top 3 are hitting my lineup so often that it's really not going to factor in at a problem. So the depth at running back and wide receiver, no doubt, a tiny bit thin, but really strong at the onesies. And the starting roster is what matters most. As long as everyone stays healthy, we are in business. So very fun team. I'm excited about this War Room team. But let's take a look at team 1. They went Bijan, Rashi, Jacobs, Evans, Waddle, Hurts, Chuba, Mahomes, Wandale, Golden at 120, Kelsey, Goddard. They got the Goddard stack. Damn, I kind of wish I sniped them. Just a little bit, but I do have Goddard over Andrews, not gonna lie, but very critical. I think I had running back around that turn, so having Brooks I think is really good for me. But that team with Kelsey, Goddard stacked up, didn't realize that when it happened. Really good for team 1. Tonto Goldstein. We have Boston at 145, along with Emmanuel Wilson, Brian Robinson Jr., Eli Stowers, Aaron Rodgers, Elijah Surratt, player I wanted over Thornton, Ryan Flournoy, and Amari DiMercado with the final pick of the draft. Not too bad. Don't love the Chuba Hubbard click, but in that range, if you're not going quarterback, most of them are kind of disgusting. So I like my team a little bit better, but their running back room probably a little safer. And their tight end QB stacks just as valuable as mine are. But we got... I'm only going to look at a couple other teams. I'm interested in team 5 that also has double elite quarterback. They took a third. Jay Dassey went Puka, Henry, Allen, Bucky, Terry, Daniels. That Terry Daniels combo is great, but maybe the Allen click not as valuable with that. DK Metcalf, Kyle Manungai, Dobbs, and Josh Downs. Willis, Malik Willis, JCM, Woody Marks, Judy, A.D. Mitchell, Mason Taylor, Darnell Mooney, Justice Hill, Colby Parkinson, Emmanuel Wilson. I like the Justice Hill, Colby Parkinson, but so many clicks after Josh Downs are not ones I would make. So I'm not too fond of how Team 5 ultimately panned out, but they do have the Terry Daniels combo. They're also elite at QB, so they could piece together. They have Henry and Puka. That team's in business, but didn't love how the back half went. And then Barry was in here with us. He went CD London, Travis Etienne, Colston Loveland, and then Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams, Dobbins, Godwin, Gainwell, Shuck, Aaron Jones, Juwan, Wicks, Tyjae, Tua, Tank Dell, Penix as well, Vele, Tonjes, and Keenan Allen. Pretty solid close. Yeah, pretty legit roster. Needs Dobbins to work out a little bit, but love the Gainwell, Jones depth. But Tyjae's the 5th, and that's it. Yeah, little bit hairy at running back, but can absolutely work. Nothing wrong with that. All right, I think that's going to be it for today. I think this worked out well for me. I think I might not finish top 2. Don't want to talk badly, but I think I can. And if I do, watch out. This team's got some very fun upside, and that unique Gibbs neighbor start, super clutch. That one's really, really fun. So, all right, that's going to be it for me. Shout out Who Hames going live in about 10 minutes from now, maybe less. Yeah, probably 6 minutes if I had to guess. And this link will take you to his channel and check out his live stream. And subscribe here, over there. Drop a like on your way out. We got 21 likes and 28 viewers. So if you enjoyed this this live stream, hit that like button on the way out and subscribe. I will see you next time. But before we go, we are taking one last rip from the pipe, and I will see you on the other side. Peace out. Later. Oh, before we go, the Fantasy Football Garage is in here as well. Shout out Chris the Candyman. Right here. Fantasy Football Garage. When's your next live stream, my man? When's your next live? Are you going live this evening by chance, or perhaps over the course of the week? Give him a follow. He's been on the channel. We've been on his. Really smart, sharp drafter. Great content as well as everyone else we mentioned earlier. Jamie also has multiple channels, going for 2. IDP Center, and I'm forgetting what the third one is. I apologize. But multiple channel outlets. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Who Hames. Thank you, Jiri. Thank you, everyone who hopped in here. Pepper Tony, as always. Scott Young, as always. Bukowski. Anthony Crossface. Danimal. We had a fun time. And then we also drafted with BC Rock. Had a fun time in this war room. But I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Later.